Hey there, welcome back to Marketing Matchmaker. I am super excited about the series I'm doing. If you have not joined me the last couple of episodes, we are diving into people's marketing strategies, what's working, what's not working, and really trying to help them create a strategy that will be effective for them throughout the next 6 to 12 months so that they're able to grow their business. Today, I have Cynthia Croissant with me. Cynthia was a stay-at-home mom when she started feeling stuck and frustrated with how she looked and felt. The one thing that helped her feel strong and empowered was exercising. She got serious about health and fitness. People started asking her how they could do it, so she got certified as a personal trainer. Then she earned special certifications teaching kettlebells, increased flexibility, improved nutrition, and rest the mind and body. Now she shares this information in a holistic program that focuses on mindset, fueling the body, workouts, stress recovery, and healthy habits. She understands what it is like to have a lot of responsibility and not a lot of time, but still want to feel confident and get back in shape. She's particularly passionate about helping moms who take care of both kids and aging parents feel happier with their bodies and be the fittest mom they can be. Thank you for joining me today, Cynthia. I'm super excited to introduce you to the audience and just kind of see what we can do to help you get the ball rolling on your marketing.
Thanks so much, Jennifer. I'm so happy to be here. Excited to hear what you have to say.
So let's start with this. I know I read your bio and a little bit of that information is in there, but I want the audience to get from your perspective what you do, who you serve, and kind of what your goals are for your business this year.
Yeah. What I do is I help people to work out primarily in their home. So through Zoom, through one-on-one coaching primarily, and I give them a workout and some gym homework that they can do, a workout program, and then a suggested meal plan, like this is a good idea to eat breakfast, lunch, dinner, so that they can have a good way of eating, losing weight through fewer calories, that kind of thing. And then a habit to work on throughout the week, whether it's going to bed at a certain time, getting a certain length of sleep, or things like maybe adding some dry brushing in to get the circulation flowing better, something like that. So that's what I do usually. It's small, I call them snack sized workouts, and I'll give another habit we can do is to get up and do a little movement, like do 30 seconds of marching 4 times during the day, just something to get up and move more throughout the day. And then just kind of check in with them a couple times a week, see how it's going. That's primarily what I do. And I mostly serve professionals who can meet throughout the day, have a little bit of chunk of time, have some freedom for that. Usually they don't have a whole lot of time. Like they're busy, like I said, taking care of kids, taking care of aging parents, taking care of their business. So they get what it's like to have to just really be on it, right? Right when we get on, we're like, okay,
Yeah.
we're going, and maybe break it up into smaller chunks throughout the day so that they have the time to do this. And they like that they don't have to drive anywhere, so you don't have driving time factored into anything. I tell them if you just want to work out in your pajamas, that's okay.
Right.
Just get it done. Yeah.
So what's your goal for your business? Like what are you trying to do in the next 6 to 12 months?
What I would love to do would be to start more of an evergreen type of program where I have everything like the recipe of the workouts that I have given people kind of here and there throughout the year, and what I've been doing with my one-on-one clients, write that all up and have it digitally available for people to kind of do on their own, and just a program they can pull out and work on their own, and then have another level where you can have an accountability call. Like, I'll be there. You can ask your questions that like they can ask, am I doing this technique right? And I can watch them and be like, no, you're
Right.
moving your toe or whatever that is. So have a kind of small group version of that. And then have a third level where I will go through, like, we can schedule the one-to-one and I'll give you the workout and I'll be like, now we're doing 5 squats and that kind of thing.
Right.
So have like more tiers available of the same idea, and that would give me more time freedom, because right now with networking and programming and continuing education and then the one-on-ones, it's kind of like I don't have a whole lot more time to add a lot more clients in. So my ability to add to the income right now is limited because I don't have a lot of time to do more one-on-ones.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think that's where a lot of coaches and even, business owners get, no matter what you're calling yourself, it usually goes from one to many model, right? You fill up your one-to-one programs, and then how do you continue to make money? How do you scale to that next level? So how are you bringing in leads right now? Like, what are you doing to bring in leads?
What I'm doing is organic marketing on Facebook primarily, because I am my ideal client is a little bit on the older side,
Mhm.
kind of like maybe 35 to like 65 in that range. So a lot of times they're hanging out on Facebook. So I post daily on my personal profile, and I have a group, like a Facebook group, a private group that I put more tips, give them more value, more
Right.
particular things that are, you know, workouts or health tips or nutrition tips, stuff like that. Challenges, little bit of challenges in the group. So I've been trying to funnel people into my group, doing master classes, again, trying to get their information, get them into the group. And I network in several different entrepreneurs, business owners networks.
Right. So you said you've been doing some master classes. How have those been going? How have
So I get a lot of people who are like, good for you. I'm so glad you can do that. Yeah, you look good. Good for you. But they're kind of like, that's not me. I couldn't go there. I couldn't do this. So I get a lot of that. So I don't know if my message is resonating or the way I'm presenting it. They're just kind of like, that does not sound like me, kind of a thing.
right,
So yeah, I
right.
think
I
there's
think
a little bit of room for improvement there.
yeah, definitely a disconnect between who you're attracting and who you actually want to be attracting. So uh
Yeah, I can see that.
so you have people signing up for the master class and showing up and
Um, I last time I tried this, it's been a little while. I've been doing more like, we're gonna do a week of no added sugar. So
okay,
sign up here.
5-day challenges kind of
And then
thing. Yeah.
tell me how it went. Who's done the assignment for today? Let me know when you've done your 30 seconds of marching. And usually I'll get the group will get like 60 people signing up in the group, and they're all like, yeah, sounds good. And then they don't they don't
Right.
do
They don't
anything.
engage. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. That is a lot of times the biggest struggle. So what we know about marketing in general is that about 10 to 20% of the people that sign up for webinars and challenges actually show up to them. So in order to get the results, you really need to like extrapolate from there, right? So if you have 60 people sign up, if 10% of them show up, that's 6 people. And then if
That sounds about right.
then if like 1% buy, that's like 1 person. And so when we get to those points of trying to go from that one-to-one to model to that one-to-many model, we need to get more people into the group, right?
Yeah.
So there's a couple of different things that you could do right now to one of them could be something simple like a lead magnet. Rather than looking at the challenges and all that kind of stuff, give them something that's um a download or a quiz or something that's going to give them information and value quickly that they can digest in their own time, and then have an email sequence following it that warms them up before your challenge, right? So usually what we do in my company, when we have clients who do challenges or master classes or that kind of stuff, we spend at least 30 days before that building their email list. Now, obviously we do ads to do that. It's not required to do that. And it all depends on how quickly you want to get those results in the door. But if you can spend some time building your email list, getting people on, nurturing them, reminding them of their struggles and why they're, the pain points of what they're struggling with now, then it makes the challenge that much more inviting and enticing to actually attend. So you have a larger group of people. About 10 days before the actual challenge is when you start inviting people to the challenge itself, right? Because we don't want to invite them too far out. They forget. We invite them too close and it's 5 whole days or 3 whole days or whatever that might be, and they don't have the time or whatever. So that 10-day kind of mark helps to make sure we get enough people into the challenge itself. Realistically, you're going to want to have at least 1 to 200, probably closer to 500 people actually join in order to fill some kind of group coaching program or to sell your course or anything like that. It's not that you won't get sales with 60 people. It's just like you won't get enough sales for it to matter. And if it's the course, that's not a huge deal, right? Like that's evergreen. But if you're talking a group and you only have 2 people in it, it's not much of a group. Right? So I think right now what you really need is we need to look at from a different perspective of what can we give them that's high value, that leaves enough of a gap, because that's the thing, we don't want to fulfill their struggles completely, because then they don't think then they've learned it all. They don't need you then. So what's enough value, but also leaves enough of a gap that they're like, yes, this challenge makes sense. It feels good. I really want to be in here because, it sounds like something I need. So realistically, my suggestion is to have the lead magnet directly connect to the challenge directly connect to your product, service, or solution. Whether that's, and only sell one thing during it, right? Pick your group, pick your course, pick your one-on-one, whatever it is, but only sell one thing during the challenge.
Okay. So one thing. Okay. Okay. Got it.
So when you think about the challenges that were successful, what has been successful for you in getting clients?
The most successful one that I've had is this idea of how to flatten your stomach. That people love anything
Nice.
about belly fat or flat tummy or something along those
Yeah,
lines.
that's awesome, because that's a huge, like, you're in something like that, you're really teaching them. That's the other thing about a challenge. You want to give them value, absolutely. And you want to teach them the why this is important to them, why they want to do this, why they're feeling the way they're feeling, all of that kind of thing. You want to teach them the what is it that's going to help them? What is it that's going to make them feel better? What is it that makes sense? All of those kind of things. What you want to avoid teaching is how, because
Okay.
your how is your program.
Okay.
Now, you can give them a high level how, but the more how you give them, the more they think they can do it themselves. And I know there's a lot of coaches out there that teach, give them everything you have, because in the end, they're going to come to you for accountability and all that kind of stuff. And that may be true for some people, and I know for most coaches, especially those that are just getting started, that's not going to work. Like if you give everything you have, you filled their bucket of what it is they need and off they go. They're like, I can do it myself. I don't
Yeah,
need
yeah. I
uh,
can see that. I've tried that before. Like I've done a 30-day challenge where I've given them everything. Like, here, we're going to do these exercises and these amounts. And look, I gave you a video and here it is today. And then I go back in and I'm like, did you do it? Did you know, like, and accountability. And even then, people were like, yeah, I'll get to it. And then they don't. So, yeah,
yeah.
even when I gave like, every single detail, it wasn't as, I didn't get as big of interest and response as when I just kind of had a headline of, do you struggle with having a flat belly or something like that? And I had a quick little lead magnet about things that it can affect your belly fat.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Those are the kind of things that you want to do because you've already hit in your audience, you know what they're looking for. They're looking for losing belly fat, the flat belly, the losing fat in general is going to be a big ticket item for women in general,
Yeah.
right? Um, and it's more of how they look and feel a lot of times than it is necessarily their health. For some, it's going to be their health, but people respond to and want to change based on a pain point. Most people aren't there's this thing called away from and towards motivation. Towards motivation is when you go towards something. So you want more money, so you go to do all of the things. You want better health, you go do all of those things. Away from motivation is more like, hey, I have a bill due, so I'm going to work to make money to pay that bill, and then I stop making money because I don't have to, right? Kind of thing. Or losing weight, or for a lot of people it's more, I want to fit into those jeans. So I'm going to work to fit into those jeans. And then I'm going to go back to my normal everyday life, right?
Yeah.
If we're focusing on you want more health, you want better health, 90% of the population, yeah, they do, but that's not going to give them enough incentive to do
Yeah.
it. So when it comes to like the weight loss health industry, it's so much better to focus on what it is that they want to give them what they need. They need to exercise, they need to change their eating habits, all of those kind of stuff. But what they really want are things like being able to fit in my jeans, having a flat belly, being able to wear a swimsuit. I'm telling you, we are in May, you know, this is the time of year people are going, oh crap, I can't fit in my swimsuit.
Yeah. Yeah.
So those are the
Got it.
kind of things that we focus on in the health industry because it's just going to move the needle for them. That it's going to give them incentive to show up and then to step into your program, right? Because let's say you do, and depending, if you're trying to attract women who are successful already and they're already in business or they're in corporate or whatever, 5 days is a big commitment. Like
Okay.
that's a lot of time. If I need to show up for you every day for an hour for 5 days, that's a lot of time. So you may want to shorten that commitment window down to 3 days.
3 days.
Yeah, if you can kind of fit it in and make sure you're fitting it in as close to lunch hours as you can, timing wise. So I usually say if you're on the Pacific Coast, hit like 10 a.m. ish or 9 a.m., 9 or 10 a.m. Because if you hit 9 a.m. if you're Pacific, if you hit 9 a.m. in Pacific, that's morning. People have barely started their day. In Central Time, it's 11 a.m. People can go to lunch. And then on Eastern Time, it's noon. People are going to lunch. So it's a good cross point. But doing something like that, like looking at your time zones and hitting a time zone that'll kind of cross as many as you can that would be functional for them. But keep it really short. Like those 3 days is enough time to build know, like, and trust. That is all you're trying to do with a 5-day challenge or a challenge of any kind. Multi-day
Yeah.
training, trying to build know, like, and trust.
Okay. Makes sense.
Spend the next 30 days or so, like if you already have that download for the belly fat and you know the belly fat, the flat belly, are you ready to get ready for summer? You want to
Yeah,
be able to
yeah,
wear
bring that
that
out again.
bikini, you want to wear, all of those kind of things. Focus on that. Get as many people into your lead magnet as you can, because it doesn't require a commitment. And then you can sell the training. And I say sell, even though it's, going to be free, but you're still selling a time commitment from them. Have them sell the training in emails so they get on to your 3-day training.
Got it.
And in 3 days, you're going to teach them how to XYZ so that they can have a flatter belly. Like that's what the focus is. And the end of that training, keep in mind, you are seeding throughout every day your program, whatever program it is you're going to do. You're seeding that through every day of giving them little highlights of my clients who have done XYZ have had these results and that kind of thing. At the end of day 3, you sell them into your program. You're selling from the stage, so it needs to be really tight and really concise and also really impactful, so that if you have bonuses or fast acting discounts or things like that, that will be helpful. But then 7 days after that, you are emailing them every day to remind them to buy. You can even have bonuses expiring. That's completely up to you. Like, this fact acting bonus is only good for the next 24 hours. And then this bonus expires, and then this bonus expires.
Gotcha.
But it's really just about giving them almost FOMO, right? Fear of missing out. Like, for me, it's less about, we give them a window to buy because it brings in that scarcity that they only have this time to buy your product. But reality is, if we can highlight what they're going to miss if they don't buy your product, it's going to be much more impactful, because that's a piece of their life, right? So if you don't step into this now, what are you going to do instead? What's it going to feel like in a month if you're in the same place as you are right now? Like, those are the kind of thing, especially for women in that weight loss space. Most times that's what they're struggling with, right?
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, I
Awesome.
think I've been missing the make sure you do an email campaign leading up to it. And then
Yes.
I was like giving them every single thing for like a month, and it was just too much. So
It
both of
really
them, thank
is.
you
And
for
I know there are
that.
coaching programs out there that teach that, and it's definitely a way you can do it. I just happen to think, if you give them everything, they don't have a need for you. And
Yeah.
that's what you're trying to build, is a need for you. When you're making $1 million, you can give them everything because you don't have a need for them, right? But in
Mm,
this spot where you have as much need for a client as they need you, it's about making a gap, enough of a gap
mhm.
where they need your services in order to get to whatever their outcome is.
Yeah, makes sense.
Awesome. Is there anything else you'd like to discuss while you have me here?
If you have a second,
Absolutely.
what email like CRM email sending program
Yeah, so I
would you
prefer
add
Active
me?
Campaign. That's the preferred platform that I use. I have clients that use all kinds of things, but I prefer Active Campaign.
Okay.
It's the most robust and customer friendly platform out there for a price that's not going to break the bank long term.
Sounds
So, the second one to that would be MailerLite. If you're looking for a platform that you can use for free, like MailChimp, I would always suggest MailerLite over MailChimp. Um, But those are the two platforms that I generally suggest to people.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Anytime. Alrighty, my friend. I'm so glad you were willing to play with me today. This is my favorite part of my business entirely, is being able to do these kind of things for clients. So for those of you that are in the audience and you're struggling with your marketing and you really do want to get to that next level and you need a strategy and you want to talk to someone about it, head over to yourmarketingmatchmaker.com and sign up for a free strategy call. Well, we can do the same type of thing with you as I do with my people on my podcast. I would be happy to chat with you. If you're looking to grow your business, increase your revenue, and scale your impact, marketing is your key to success. Thank you for listening to the Marketing Matchmaker podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, I would love to hear your feedback. Please head over to Apple, iTunes, and leave a review so we can hear from you. And if you are a coach, consultant, or online course creator who are looking to grow your business, increase your income, and scale your impact, connect with me at yourmarketingmatchmaker.com. I look forward to hearing from you.